Good morning, Rebecca Vigas, the writer whisperer here from a sunny but very chilly South Central Kentucky. I think we were at like 25 degrees. We will only be 40 degrees today. I have gone to The Sound of Paper by Julia Cameron, and we're looking at her brief chapter on staying in condition. The day is gray and turbulent. The winds send high gusts through the streets. For anyone, but especially for someone with hair like mine, it is a bad hair day. I have a great deal of very fine, very unmanageable hair right here. It has always been like this. In a passport picture taken in my 20s, I look like an Irish terrorist. Why are terrorists always distinguished by their unkempt, uncontrollable hair? I have learned that my hair can be managed if I invest time and care in it. If I go to the hairdresser once a week at best, my and have my hair slathered with moisturizers and deep conditioners, then it will cooperate and give the impression of civility for a few days. She's lucky. Mine'll last one. I can use those few days if I need to have a portrait taken or make a speech. This week, I am making a speech. Tomorrow afternoon, I will get on a train, leave New York, and travel south for a few speedy hours to Washington, D.C. I went to school in Wilmington back when I looked like a terrorist, and I'm hoping for a more kempt arrival and appearance. One of the things my mass of ne'er do well hair has taught me is that there are some things that do better if we don't let them get away from ourselves. Too many days without conditioner, and my hair is a tangled mess. Too many days without writing, and my syntax tangles too. I write daily, and I do it not because I am virtuous, but because it is easier that way and more manageable. Writing is still difficult enough. It is still a steep hill. Choose a topic to write about and then make a series of further choices, word by word, until your topic is covered. When I was younger, before I had learned the hair trick, I hadn't learned the writing trick either. In those days, I wrote in spurts of fancy, yanking at my prose to get a comb through it once a week or so, not writing enough. I would begin writing knotted up already. There were too many thoughts vying for attention. There was too much pressure to find the right way to write. I would dash at the page and before long tear my hair out. Why was writing such a jumble? Why was it so hard? Why was I so stupid? Cowardly? The pejorative word of the day. In the days when women had crowning glories instead of short business like bobs, they would brush their hair nightly, 100 long, smooth strokes. Those strokes did for shine and maintenance. Those strokes did for shine and maneuverability what conditioners and shine products do now. The application of a little simple elbow grease brought sheen and suppleness. Every woman was her own hairdresser, and well dressed hair was well dressed by the nightly 100 strokes. I don't know why it is that we fail to talk about art in terms of humble diligence. So much of making a career as an artist consists of the small strokes, the willingness to show up and try on a daily basis. So much of being good at something consists of being practiced at something so that the sudden gusts of deadlines blowing into your workspace doesn't turn you into a terrorist, wild haired and wild eyed, unable to muster muscle and nerve enough to simply stick to the page. As artists, we can make our work daily and doable enough that we give it its daily measure of time and consistency. We can show up for our artist, and if we do, when we call on it, our artist will show up for us, which is very similar to what my my coach says. You have to show up filled up. You have to be in that moment you are in. That means writing daily, every single day, 365 days a year, 366 for leap years. Seriously? That's a lot of writing to do. But if you do it, doesn't even matter if you do it poorly, if you do it, you are practicing your craft. That goes for artists, sculptors, dancers, photographers. How often do you see a professional photographer who doesn't have a camera? Honestly, I don't think I've ever seen one that didn't have a camera and is always snapping pictures. Not all of the pictures will be good. Some will be out of focus. Some will be a little bit blurred. Some will have not captured the image that they thought they were capturing. Or the image will have changed before the shutter clicked. So, your writing prompt today for this one is try this. Most of us have areas in our life that require daily upkeep. We may be writers, painters, sculptors, photographers, poets, filmmakers, or dancers, or any other art form you can think of. Each of these activities can loom at us large and undoable if we allow ourselves to get away from the doing. Take your pen in hand and list number from 1 to 5 and list 5 areas of your life that require or would benefit from daily maintenance. The ritual of a short nightly bedtime story may mean everything to a child. One home cooked meal a day may mean a great deal to a spouse. The daily habit of writing will mean the world to our writer. My mother swept the kitchen floor daily. She can put aside 10 minutes. I can put aside 10 minutes to clean the kitchen before deadline. Oh my gosh, before bedtime. If we don't let our life get away from us, we will have a life worth husbanding. In other words, we'll have a fuller life if we do the daily things we have to do. Daily things we have to do. What do we have to do daily? I can think of a lot of things around my house that have gotten away from me. And by the end of this week, my barn project will be done so that I can haul all of my paparazzi jewelry out and start setting up a new studio for them. My sewing machine will be back in that room, and I will take my sewing stand out there. It currently has a CD player on top of it, but that is going to change as I have a smaller table I'm going to put there for the CD player, and I'm going to take the larger um, sewing cabinet out where I'm going to be sewing. I have other things that will be going in that room. I'm shopping for wire racks for the overflow of my paparazzi. And I do have overflow. I have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Wait a minute. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 17 boxes right there. I have 4 boxes right there. I see a 5th one, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th box. In addition to the 17, that gives us 26 boxes of paparazzi, like right within my surrounding space in my living room. That does not count the paparazzi sitting in my dining room or in my hallway or still in my bedroom. Once that is done and moved out of here, then I can look at the mundane little things that are not getting done daily and start doing them again. And as I do them, I can also set more time aside for my writing, because once the daily chores are done, the rest of my day is for writing. Don't let the daily chores get away from you. Do not. Because my next big thing is to thoroughly clean my bedroom so that I can walk through there and not be tripping over paparazzi boxes. Because my bedroom has become overrun by my side hustle. And it's okay to have a side hustle. Don't let it overtake your life. Make sure you have space for it before you delve into it. I'm taking a course right now. It's an 8-week course. It's a masterclass on your book is not your business card. How to turn your book into 18 streams of income. And I'm going to work on that. I'm also finishing the book that I'm turning into 18 streams of income. And that for me is a big thing. Because it's my writing book, my book on how to write fiction. And yet, look at me, I'm teaching out of somebody else's books. I'm telling you what I've learned by reading these books. I'm not some brilliant genius. I'm a writer, and in my writing book, I'll tell you what it has been like to create 13, 14, 15 books, whatever it is I have now, and to be anticipating the finishing of 5 books this year, all of which have starts. Every single one of them is started. I'm not doing carryovers this year. I want them all done. And the only way to do that is for me to write every day. And that's not just morning pages. That's in addition to morning pages. Make that list. Do those things daily. 5 things you are going to do every day that will allow you to not get lost in the shuffle of housework, of self care, of whatever it is you need to do to allow yourself 10 or 20 minutes a day to write on your work in progress. Happy writing, y'all. See you tomorrow.